Alrighty there, everybody. We're back again with our second installment of hay equipment. As you can tell, this is a Ford sickle mower. I'm trying to actually remember where the tag is at on it. So I can't think of the model. But I kind of want to make a video once I get this thing all hooked up, right? Kind of showing the process or where everything goes, because I feel like I can't seem to find something that says everything about how these things are. Not to mention we're replacing a belt today and straightening out that guy. Now this is the first time I've had this thing on a tractor and kind of folded up, I could say. Because prior to, it was this back piece was all the way out. But everything's kind of hooked up. But I'm trying to figure out what exactly this chain here is for. It seems like it's more of a breakaway. But this is for if I hit a chain, or if I hit a tree or something. So, not exactly sure yet. Like I said, I can't find a good video or anything to explain it. So, yeah, kind of winging it here, trying to figure it out. But I know it is connected though to the bar, so maybe it has something to do with that, like a lock so it can't come back up. But I know that should be the breakaway for it. So we'll see. Alright, well I was able to get this thing down. Didn't realize there's no 515. I don't know if anybody can read that or cares. And this piece I believe also goes onto the hitch down here. You bring it way over and you hook her on. That way you got some kind of minute adjustments with your 3-point basically. How you want this thing to sit. I believe that's right. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me. I'm fine with learning this stuff. I don't have the right bracket for that, but this thing did have loader pieces on it, so I hooked that up to a loader bracket. It currently doesn't turn. To me, the belt's a little loose. And this does turn, nothing else does, but I want to get everything greased up first, because as you can tell by that grease zerk right down here, she hadn't seen grease in a while. She was sitting in some dirt. But I have confirmed with this wrench that she does turn, and it's not too bad. But like I said, I'd rather get bunch of grease back in everything, because I know what she's been sitting for a little bit before we do anything. But luckily whoever put it away did a lot of work to it and oiled it up good. Everything seems pretty new. And the guy who I got it from said he did open this up and change the oil in it. I don't quite know if I believe that or not, but I'm gonna see if it works first, then I might open that up and just look at it. Because the fact that there's dirt stuck on right there kind of tells me it wasn't opened, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So, but I can tell you right now, with the price I paid for it, I could double my money tomorrow if she's junk. So, but I'm gonna try to get it working first. See what we can do. Well, I went ahead and greased everything up and tried her out. I'm just getting some of the cobwebs blown off her. A whole bunch of stuff down in there. I figure if I can get her running for a minute, let her go, and then I'll probably re-grease everything. But honestly, it sounds good. No weird big rattles or anything. And that belt is not surprised she hasn't broken, but yeah, I figure now I will go ahead and turn it off, replace the belt, re-grease it. I think it's about good to go. Now this didn't break the belt. I'll go and try. This is working pretty good. That I need to work on some of my old grease. I'm okay with. finally got this thing running, we're gonna go ahead and get this belt changed because she is not good. Some really nice cracking and just old. I'm gonna get this cover off, which said looks like I have to undo this bolt and that bolt. There's the tensioner, and there's 2 bolts on the back of here that hold that guy on. Alright, there and there. So, I guess I'll get started. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna change the belt on this. I'm pretty sure I left everything loose. I don't know. I've been gone for a weekend and don't exactly remember where I left everything at. I actually don't even think, yeah, these adjusters aren't even tight anymore. But, yeah. This, I can tell you right now, getting a belt for this, kind of a massive pain. If you ever go to order a belt for one of these, the one that they tell you is right, and I even looked at the book with them, it's not right. The numbers on this belt are 4809390. Large gap, not sure which number is important. 46021. It's a C&H belt. Has a 23 on it. And that's all the more that's written on this, so hopefully if somebody else is having trouble, that'll help you. That is with the assumption that this belt is right. And under the assumption that I didn't put my socket away, which sure looks like I did. I'll go grab that. And when you don't know what size, grab all the sizes. Hard to be wrong when you got all of them. That's way too big. Also assuming that I put it back in here. It appears that I didn't. That's 7/8. That's an inch. Or I did put it back and just didn't put it back in the right location. Now there probably is a better way of changing this out. I can tell you right now, I don't know how that way is, but I also can tell you that this way works. That's grody. Whole bunch of old grass and whatnots. But I will say, pay attention to how things come off. So obviously they gotta go back on. And I'll take this guy off. That's the bottom one. That's the top one. And now we'll start putting this guy on. Also, I'm probably going to cut this video while I mess with the tensioner because, well, I think it's just going to be easier. And also, if you're wondering, see later on, is that rain or is that sweat? The answer currently is yes. About 80 out right now. It's actually the nicest it's been all day at least. And well, it's just not nice out. Downside here is I have to remember, okay, so that piece won't move, so this should be fine right here. How exactly my belt goes on, because like I said, I took it off a week ago. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Luckily though, I do also own the book for this, because I was smart enough to buy the book. I'm pretty sure this goes here, and this one has to go up here. But if I remember right, both these have to come off, because if not, you can't really fit the belt in here because it's really, really tight. I'm gonna have some play, and there's a fly biting my ankle. So, yeah, get that guy in the groove, and then, oh yeah, that's why the second pulley has to come off at the same time, because even though they aren't touching, they're close. Put this guy on there, there's the way. Get these guys in their runners. So what I'm going to do now, basically, is go ahead and put these back on. I don't even know if I finished my rant of saying how it's been like over 100 all week, and it just rained, kind of still is off and on. And well, like I said, it's 80 out right now, which is, it's still really, really, really humid out. So flies are loving my ankles. I'm not loving the flies. I do also want to go ahead and say there could be a small lapse in videos. Obviously, I gotta wait for parts and things like that, and that's just kind of part of it. Hopefully I get the hay rake knocked out next. Guess I haven't seen that one yet. Then I'll probably get onto the baler. Obviously go into goddamn chronological order of how things are needing to be used. That just makes sense. To me at least. I mean, I do know that I could potentially borrow a baler or a rake if needed, but I'd like to be self-sufficient and non-reliance on anybody, basically. How tight do these go? I don't know. Things like that are things I'm going to check as I'm doing this and as I'm running it and whatnot. So, don't honestly know. However, I forgot this thing is still real loose. It's not the smartest way to do this. Goddamn flies. I tell you what. There we go. Undo that baby. There. Push it back on. And this is the part where I said I was most likely going to cut this. And I think I will, because this bolt doesn't really want to turn very easily, so kind of just could be a massive waste of time. That fly had a good bite on me, I'll tell you what. So, we'll get back to you when this is done. Yeah, that's pretty much all it takes to change a belt on this. Throw that back on, tension it, done. Alright, so the way the tensioner on this thing works is, this is basically your tensioner. It's backwards from how you'd think it is. When you tighten this, I gotta think for a second now myself. Yeah, when you tighten this, it pushes this over. When you loosen it, it does the opposite. It brings it this way, loosens it. So tighten to tighten, loosen to loosen. If you look at it, it makes perfect sense. Essentially, this thing sits on this bar with two other bolts that are straight through the pipe, and it pushes that as you tighten it. So what you're supposed to do is loosen that bolt and that bolt, which are that bolt and that bolt. Don't obviously make them smidgen tight, not loosey-goosey, you know. And then adjust it to where you need it. Just tighten them back up. And I put mine down because I figure this is how it's going to be sitting. So that's the best way to make sure something works correctly. So with that being said, let's pick this thing up the rest of the way and make sure she runs. She'd oughta. Well, new belt's on, and we're not fully up to RPM, but clearly she works. I'm gonna have to say right now, don't run without a shield on. I'm just doing it more to make sure things are correct prior to, obviously prior to saying that I'm completely done with it. But yeah, so I'm gonna put that shield on, and maybe let's go test it. Alrighty, so this isn't gonna be the greatest test in the world, but I'm gonna start off easy, you know, just, I'm in road gear. Start off easy, just cutting some grass. Bit harder. Let me wait till I get up here though. Well, that'll be it probably for the sickle mower for now. Obviously until I start cutting some hay. Obviously I'd like to do a real test like that, but hay's not ready yet. Now, I think it looked kind of bad with where I cut out the one spot. All this stuff got stuck on there because I couldn't put this thing on the ground, so stuff was trying to go underneath it as well. It's because there's a bunch of big rocks there, and I didn't want to have a rock hitting a sickle or anything, you know, and mess that up. So, oh no, I'd say she works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So, till next time when we go mow some hay, that'll be it for this thing. Thanks for watching.